Hi and welcome to our video series Tips and Tricks. Today's tip and trick is stack training. Stack training is something that I've been developing for years and years and years and working on, and the reason being is I'm an incredibly lazy trainer. I don't like putting in incredible amount of time training my dogs. I would rather do things with them. So I kept trying to work out ways of accelerating training, and everything I do to do that, to accelerate it as quick as possible. And I just call it stack training. So many trainers will tell you, teach a dog 1 or 2 things a week. And I look at that and go, that's really good. In 2 years, I'll have a good dog. But I want a good dog in 6 months. I want a really, really good dog in 12 months. And so to do that, I really want to accelerate training. There's no such thing as a magic bullet. Everybody's searching for the magic bullet in training. There's no such thing. This is one of the closest things you'll find, because it will accelerate training and it'll make life so much easier, and it will help produce really good dogs. But it's still not a magic bullet. You still have to put in the work. It still takes consistency. It still takes patience. It still takes training, and it still takes repetition. So there's no foolproof way of doing it. There's no magic bullet. But this is close. This will accelerate it if you do it right. And like I said, I just call it stack training. So if I'm going to teach a dog sit, then I don't want to just teach a dog sit and spend all that time just sitting sit. I would rather be teaching a dog 10 different commands at once, or a combination of commands and behaviors. So when I teach a dog sit, for instance, I'm also teaching a whole bunch of expected behaviors. I'm working on eliminating unwanted behaviors. And the sit may also be teaching things like sit front, calmness, stand, luring, and other things as well. So normally when I'm teaching a singular command, I'm often teaching, a combination of 10 different things. Sometimes more, sometimes less, but often, if you said that there's at least 10 things that I'm teaching, that's about it. And they're all hidden, they're all silent, except for the one command I want. But I don't see the point of teaching a dog sit and nothing else, and then teaching it down and nothing else. So at the end of the first week, your dog knows sit, maybe knows down. Or people are coming and saying, hey, my dog's 4 months old and it knows sit, it knows how to shake hands or hold hands, and it's learning down. And I look at that and go, oh my God. I want my dog asking me whether I want my martini stirred or shaken at that point. Well, not quite, because I like whiskey, but you get the idea. I want the dog doing a whole bunch of other things. I don't want the dog chewing up everything at that point. I don't want it biting on me. I don't want it jumping on me. So all these things from day one are being worked on, hidden behind the scenes. All right, and it's really important. Now, it's hard to explain to people exactly what stack training is. So I'll give you an example. Tenchi, to me. Run. So, as I always say, an untrained dog must have a collar and lead on it. So let's assume this is a puppy, and let's assume he doesn't know sit. All right, I don't have a dog that doesn't know that, so you're going to have to put up with one. When I get my puppy, we'll go through all this. You'll see the puppy being taught all this, but this will break it down in a nice way, and it's probably easier to show how to break it down with a trained dog than a puppy that's going a bit ballistic. So collar, you can see there he knows the collar command. And I'm already going to have begun teaching a collar command to a dog and conditioning to a dog. But I'm now going to teach this dog to sit. To do that, I need to get a collar and lead on him, because he's not trained, obviously, if he doesn't know sit. So that begins to work on the collar command, reinforces it, keeps it going. It begins to continue the conditioning of collar and lead command. All right. We spoke about platform training in my previous video and why it's so important, and that's how I train. So to get to wherever my platform is with me, leash techniques. I'm going to teach that he's never ever allowed up on this platform without me saying so. So he's going to have to auto sit. Or he can stand. If you don't want an auto sit, you can have them stand. But he's to remain calm, he's not to go on. And so he's learning to be calm. He's learning, in this case for me, an auto sit because I like an auto sit. Or he can learn a stand, in which case he's learning stay. This is teaching an auto stay as well as calmness and the auto sit. I've got to get him up here. So we're going to assume he's comfortable walking up here at this point, because otherwise that's another lesson itself. But to get up here, I have to teach him an up command. Up. Good. When I teach an up command, I'm controlling him to bring him back to me in a sit front command. Still not a word has been spoken. No lesson has been given. And yet there has been. This is teaching him a stay as well. Tenchi, good. Name, focus. Luring. Up. Leave it. If he gets a little aggressive with the treat, take, yes. If he gets a little aggressive with the treat, up. Bite inhibition. If it's teeth on skin. If he just gets a little forceful, yes, good boy. If he gets a little forceful with it, I'll go again and teach him gentle. When I give it to him, Tenchi, yes, I teach him release command, take command. I haven't used any of the terminology because I tend to teach a lot of silent commands anyway, silent leave me's and everything else. Later on I'll put words to them, but I tend to teach them as autos anyway. But later on he just needs the association. Right now he's learning all these things. He'll learn that, again, leash work. But what I'm also teaching him is this area. He's allowed in this area. Right? As I move off, he knows it, but if he didn't, I would hold him back, yes. And I'm teaching him he can't come off without a command. So that's a place command. You can't come off without a command, so that's a stay command. Me talking to you is extending the time of it. Me ignoring anything he's doing right now is teaching him calm. Tenchi. Name, focus again. Good. And yet, all we're up here for is to teach this dog to sit, and we haven't done that yet. And you can see already how many lessons this dog is learning. And it's no effort for it. Stand, yes. To get him to sit, I need him in a stand. Sit, yes, good boy. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole thing of teaching him a sit. There's videos up there how to do it. I'm just giving an example. Now, he's in a sit. Now, to repeat this, I need him out of a sit. Stand, good boy. Yes, sit. So now I'm teaching him a sit and a stand at the same time. So I am now actually giving him two commands. All right, when I want him off. Yes, good boy. And again, the expectation, he comes and he sits in front, quiet. Good, off. All right, so that is stack training. It's hidden training. It's hidden wanted behaviours, eliminating unwanted behaviours. As you can see, I'm ignoring anything I don't want at this point, and I'm creating all the behaviours I do want. I want to sit front. I want calm. I don't want him off. I don't want him on. So we're teaching all of these things. Right, from the very beginning, we're teaching him collar and leash conditioning. We're teaching him leash techniques. We're teaching him calmness and auto sit and stay. We teach him up. We teach him a place command. We teach him an off command. We teach him a stay command. We extend time for all of those commands. We teach him stand, we teach him luring, we teach him leave it, gentle and bite inhibition. All of those things are being taught to this dog in this one stack training example, and yet the only thing that this dog's up there to learn is a sit. Stack training accelerates training. Make a conscious effort before you take a dog up and teach it something. All the surrounding behaviors that you want and all the surrounding commands in that same area. So if you're going to teach a sit and you want an auto sit or you want a sit stay, start putting those in with the sit without actually doing them. Like I said, to get a dog out of sit, you need a stand. So make a list of all these things that you want when you go to teach that one command and incorporate all of those into them. And so they just become an expectation. Hope that helps. We'll see you in the next one.